Here at Envision Academy, our portfolio defense system is basically a way that students put together representative pieces of work from each of our core academic competencies. So they put that portfolio of work together. They do deep reflection on what they learned, how they've grown, what was hard, where they're going next, and then they do a public defense of that process. They not only have this body of work to talk about, but then they have that practice of standing up and speaking to it.
At Envision Academy, I think the portfolio process is really powerful. Kids get to take on these really big projects that are oftentimes based in the real world and in line with their interests, and they get choice in, and it breaks it down into a lot of different skills. That process gets kids to be able to really identify the way that they learn and things that they're curious about, and thinking critically as a habit instead of something that I only do within the four walls of the classroom.
Well, I like a lot of math. I like build things. I like everything about construction. I don't like seeing people on the street. I feel bad, really sad to see them like that.
I feel like expeditions are really important because in Evergreen, we always use our expeditions as like a learning tool, but it's not just sitting down with a textbook, it's going out in the real world. What's cool about expeditions is that we incorporate every class. In math, we might be doing a scaling project of the world, and then in social studies, we might be learning about that country, and then in language arts, we might be writing about that country, like about their food and their culture and everything like that.
I think it can be really powerful for our kids with special needs and learning differences. Because they have some choice in what they present and exactly how they present it, and because it's a process that's asking them to reflect on their unique learning process, it is grounded in their growth. And so we get to really focus on that. Doing a presentation of their learning, standing up formally, dressing up, and talking through all of the work that they've done, that they're proud of, and being able to express that is an incredibly empowering experience. Many of our students with learning differences have struggled in school and have often felt they're less than, or they try to take up less space in class. In 11th grade, all of our students go out and do an internship so that they see how their interests and passions play out in the world of adult work and build some of those skills as well. And then in 12th grade, of course, we do a very deep dive into what they're going to do after high school.
If teachers and schools and school communities can really figure out and plan for how they're going to implement 21st century skills that include self-empowerment for students and thinking about the habits of learning, then I do believe that we can, as schools and as classrooms and as school communities, really overcome some of the stigma that students with disabilities face.
To have this culminating event where they are standing up, the star of their own educational show, being able to speak very clearly and persuasively about the work and learning that they've done is deeply moving to their families, and it's inspiring to them and their parents. And a lot of kids leave that experience just feeling like, I never thought I would do that, right? We hear lots and lots of times at the end of these, after the defenses, parents with tears coming down their faces saying, my kid would never even speak in class before. I don't know who this is. And it's their kid, and it's been their kid all along.